And we are live.
Good morning and aloha, snack bar to all of you out there in Radio Land, listening through YouTube, via Facebook, via Twitter, via Periscope, via because we are dope. Tumblr, we're not no crumblers. CJ and I are just flying high, and we're coming to you live. With that being said, guys, check us out on roguemoney.net. Follow us on Twitter at the Rogue Money, as well as the Rogue Money Facebook page, and we're everywhere you want us to be. You got a podcast? Check us out we're on every podcasting app out there. So just type it in, boom, download the podcast. It's amazing. It's great. It's a great way for you to keep up to date with the shows. And check out our Apple News webpage. So we're on Apple News as well, and we are also on we're going to be on the Google News as well. So we're moving. We're trying to be everywhere you are. With that being said, also check out our sponsors, myfreedomnow.us, myfreedomnow.us. If you're struggling with debt, you're just tired of making the minimum payment cycle, you want to really get free, let these guys work with you. Let these guys work with you. Let them kick the bankers, the debt collectors in the nuts, and get you the credit score you deserve. Wipe out. We're not talking about sitting there and disputing things. We're talking about wiping it out. Let these collective hitmen beat these guys up. With that being said, CJ, what's going on?
V, did you upgrade from Windows XP this weekend, bro?
No.
Was that like maybe 10 years ago?
Ah.
Yeah, so I had a great weekend. You know, family, friends. The weather was gorgeous here. Got to spend a lot of time with some really awesome moms and mother-in-law. So yeah, it was great. How was yours?
My day was wonderful, man. It was a good time. You know, we did the whole food thing. I was able to get a spot at my favorite restaurant, and then we did what every woman loves to do: shop.
Shop till you drop.
That's it, bro. That's it. My card got a real workout the other day, so it was all good.
Nice. Did almost probably want to make you want to cry at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, man.
Terrible plug on that article.
It is. With that being said, my man, how was yours?
You know, it's very interesting news cycle to watch the information that broke over the week in regards to the virus attack known as, you know, WannaCry.
Want to cry? I want to cry. Made me
want to cry. I want to cry. And this virus attacked old Windows operating systems, XP. If you had any type of a hacked Windows operating system that had not been updated.
Oh, jeez. Like, CJ, I don't know what to do with my Windows, my latest Windows XP. I don't know what to do, CJ.
And this is spreading pretty far, you know, and the really cool thing is Bankster Slayer is putting together a great article, you know, regarding this. There's lots of thoughts, lots of theories, you know, who's responsible, you know, the way that it's spreading. And obviously it's affecting, you know, China right now with their ATMs. It's really impacting a lot of things to the point where, you know, Donald Trump had to put out an executive order just in regards to the electric grid to ensure that everything was safeguarded there. So again, lots of theories of you know, who did this, why is it happening now? You know, these hackers are alleged to, you know, put ransomware on these computers, stating that if you don't pay us in Bitcoin here pretty soon, all your files are going to be erased, be deleted. And it's one of those that basically keeps you from even doing anything on your computer. You know, it cripples you. You can't even, you know, launch a browser or anything like that because it just is so infected. But yeah, so that's what's you know, what's going on right now, and we'll have to see where it goes.
Absolutely, man. You know, if I mean, if you're still, I guess this is somewhat of a good thing. People finally start upgrading. Like, if you're an IT guy, you're you're still fuddling around with Windows XP. At least this will probably get you moved over to Linux. This will probably get you more like, you know, more more secure, more alternative, you know, secure devices and whatnot. So this could be a good thing. And I mean, come on, who the hell is still playing on Windows XP? I mean, come on, just move on already. Like, I remember a few years ago when the air traffic controllers went down, like the radar system in the Northeast, and they were like running Windows 95. I wanted to like beat my head on the desk. I'm like, are you serious? Windows 95. There's nothing secure about Windows 95. And all you guys who want to walk down the software memory lane, there is nothing secure about Windows XP in the terms of modern day viruses, trojans, and malware. There's nothing secure about it. So you upgrade already. If you don't like the whole Windows, you don't like the NSA spying on you and stuff, there's a wonderful options that are available with open source software, especially Linux. Heck, I have every operating system under the sun, CJ. I have it all. I got iOS, I have Mac OS, I have Windows 10, I have Linux, I have Android, I have it all. Why? Just in case something happens, I have a backup redundant system. I mean, there's so many options out there. I mean, for anybody who got screwed with this, you deserved it.
Well, and the thing, V, and again, I don't want to go too much into it because I know Deb's going to Bankster Slave's going to put an awesome article together. She always does. But just in terms of the aspect, when you think about the timed release of this, so you have Julian Assange that released with Vault 7. A lot of the technology that's used to hack even some of the malware was so with some of this utilized, and are they going to take a stance that, see, this is why we need to really go after WikiLeaks to completely shut them down. Look what's happened. They released this malware. They gave the cyber terrorists the path to get this accomplished. So there's that angle of it. There's another angle of why are they using Bitcoin, with cryptocurrencies, and the fact that, well, cryptocurrencies may need to be regulated now. Look, these terrorists are using Bitcoin, and it's something that we need to to really investigate. We need to go ahead and bring Bitcoin under some control, getting it away from the design of the utility that's been utilized for. So there's several angles come across with it. And then again, are they going to, after it's said and done, are they going to say, oh, look, this is a result of something North Korea did, or Iran created this? Just it's such a multifaceted thing to take a look at, and we'll just have to see how it plays out and where it goes from here. And again, Bankster Slave has been doing a lot of research over the weekend, and as soon as she gets that article up, we'll definitely let everyone know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we have Trump about to purge some staff out here, CJ.
Yeah, so this is coming from a close confidant of Donald Trump, and specifically what they state is, these are some of the after the day transcends meetings that happen at night, when he's close with his, personal close allies and talking to them about what's happening. And apparently he's really considering some major shakeup in the close, his advisors, Reince Priebus, even Bannon, maybe even changing out Sean Spicer. And again, I think most of his frustration has just been, some of the messaging is that it's been hard to control the messaging. And a lot of the time he's having to, as much as he wants to move forward and take on his agenda, he is a lot of the time set in protection mode because of these leaks that keep occurring. So I think he's pretty frustrated with it. I think he's ready to, just to shut this down, say, you know what, if I can't trust anyone in my inner circle, then it's time for just a complete purge, and let's start this thing over again.
Absolutely, man. And the whole thing is this, okay, he needs to also get rid of all the leaks. And one of the biggest leakers out there, from what I'm hearing, especially Roger Stone putting it out there as well, is Jared.
Mm-hmm. Right, get rid of Jared, absolutely. And with Trump's going forward, this is the only thing that it's kind of funny that he's doing this to clean up the leaks and everything, but yet he has a close confidant that apparently has leaked this to the press. It's like, okay, wait a minute here, and maybe it's a good reason. Maybe it's to put a little bit of pressure on him. And if Donald could help, exactly what you just said, get Jared out of the picture, get his family, get them, closer, to get them back to New York. Some of those distractions that have been created are direct result of his actions. And those spokesperson like Spicer that have to go out and speak on behalf of the administration, it's hard for them because then they're always having to defend the actions or be able to explain. And that gets challenging when you're trying to explain someone else's actions and verbalize it in front of the press.
Yeah, exactly correct, man. And the whole thing is, well, it's you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of your Gary Cohn. You got to get rid of your Habib, whatever her name was, whoever that lady, Dina Powell. Okay, Dina Habib, whatever Powell. She's got to go. There's changes that needs to be done. Okay, so the gloves are off. Let the gloves come off, but you better hit targets, man. You better hit some serious targets. And yeah, I get it. You got to rein in the leakers, those who are not carrying the message. I mean, he's doing a good job, especially when we saw the muzzling of the Waffle House waitress Nikki Haley. Thank God. That idiot would literally sit there. She's officially one of the most dumbest people I've ever heard in my life, CJ. One of the most dumbest people. Unreal.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping with the FBI director movie. I want to see Trump take some big bold steps with who he elects as a FBI director. I don't want to see something that's comfortable. I don't want to see
I like to
something.
see a Trey Gowdy up in there, boy.
Yeah,
Woo!
exactly. I don't want to see somebody that comes recommended from Mitch McConnell. I don't want to see someone that's coming recommended from the established politicians or DC. I want to see somebody that's cutting edge, someone that's bold, someone that's out there, not afraid to take action. Some of the characteristics that got Trump elected, right? There's the fact that he was bold. He was out there saying what he wanted to say. He wasn't a politician. It's time to bring that inspiration back to the White House, B.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And the whole thing is this: it's like, you know, people. He needs to understand. I don't think it's being conveyed to him by his office staffers and who the typical the Washington apparatchiks. People love when he does bold stuff. Americans are addicted to real bold leadership because we haven't had it in decades. So that full firing of Comey, people went nuts. They loved it. It gave them a real boost in the numbers, okay, in the polls. That's the kind of stuff people want to see. Be a boss. Do it. People love that stuff. Just do it.
Yeah, look at the track record of Obama. Obama never fired anyone in the 8
he kept
years.
Everybody on because he was a punk, man.
And if they weren't performing, he would just move them to a different, position, which is probably the worst thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. What he would do is, he'd move you from one department and he'll, parallel move you to another department, and that was that. But he didn't do nothing. The Obama administration was similar to the Clinton administration in the sense that it was America's holiday from reality. I mean, we were the damage that this guy's done within 8 years to this country, and it's just not him. I'm not going to put it all on him because no one man has that much power. But the amount of cronies that he's brought in, the vultures that were circling the carcass of the United States, okay, waiting for it to die, okay, waiting for us to die so they can pick our bones clean. I mean, he brought in quite a bit. Now, these vultures are still there. They're still in D.C., and they systematically need to get done with. Now, here's the thing. So far, CJ, the Justice Department has been purged. Remember, he fired, what did Sessions do? He fired like all, 50 some odd, 80 some odd attorney generals?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. He cleaned it.
Cleaned them out. House. Right? The sixth floor of the State Department, Trump wiped clean, got rid of them all. Okay. Then after that happened, what did you notice? All of a sudden, the frequency, and I've been monitoring this, I've been charting this very carefully. Okay, the frequency and the uptick, okay, of arrests with pedophiles has increased. Let me tell you something. There is no other criminal industry right now, okay, where you've had 3,000 arrests to date. That is massive. That is huge. And these are not like, the users. These are the producers. In any drug illegal industry, when you've had 3,000 people arrested, that is a shock to the system. And it's just not happening here in the United States. It's happening in Europe. I mean, recently that dirtbag in the Philippines was arrested and thrown behind bars. It's happening globally. The largest pedo website on the dark web, Playpen, was taken down, and the owner of Playpen, who is connected to so many elites, guys, let's not gloss over this. This is huge, was arrested in Naples, Florida. Let's not forget that, CJ. Let's remind the audience of what's going on. You cannot simply state that this is just coincidence. This is
not at all.
There is an uptick, a serious upsurge on pedo arrests and taking down this whole pedo network. Now, you might say to yourself, if you're new to this broadcast, or you're listening to this and you've been living under a rock, or you just woken up to the fact of how the world really works, you might say to yourself, why the hell does arresting pedophile networks and human trafficking networks so vital to Trump and so vital to what's going on globally? Well, it's simple. Okay, we know for a fact that elites, many elites, are involved in this. Why? Because because of their own sick, twisted, perverse religious perspectives, for lack of a better word. They are a death cult. You might not believe it, but it is true. And these disgusting human beings prey on the weak. They prey on children, Okay, so their arrest is huge. You're cutting off the supply. You're letting these lack of a better word, CJ, energy vampires do without. Okay, so these are huge moves, and this is not a coincidence, man. This is not a coincidence. The removal of Comey is also key to this because now the one person that could run interference on the play, which is Comey, the one guy that could run interference to make sure that no investigations could be launched. Because remember, he wiped out the State Department. The last thing that was left is the FBI. Okay, because the State Department could only do so much. They could issue edicts. It's the FBI that's got to do the investigating. Correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
So if the FBI director is being the guy who's running interference, making sure that no investigations can happen, if the FBI director is the one who says, you know what, I'm going to interview you, but I'm going to dish out immunities like rock candy, or I'm going to interview you, but I'll make sure you're not under oath. I'll make sure you're not being recorded, and I'll make sure and I'll put out, it's all about the intent. The intent wasn't there. It all depends on what the definition of is, CJ. It all depends on what the definition of is. And I did not have sex with that man, Saddam Hussein. So it all depends on that. You made intent the new is of 2016. You remove that guy, boom. Now the doors are open, bro.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. The return to law and order. He has the Justice Department in line. He has the getting ready to place a new FBI director. So it's kind of the alignment of the stars are coming together to get ready to finally start watching, some of the things that need to happen. The Clinton Foundation, the rigging of the DNC with the election. These are the things that the American people want to see. And I don't hear it just from our audience. I hear it across the place that they want people arrested. They want people prosecuted. They're tired of living in a world that there's two sets of laws for the elite and laws for the middle class.
Right.
It's got to change.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So here's the deal. This needs to be done. Let's see how this plays out. That idiot Susan Powell who says, "No, I'm not going to, be interviewed." Well, guess what? You're going to get interviewed. The subpoena is coming. The subpoena is coming. Do you think that this woman is out there somewhere shaking like a leaf? Do you wonder why Hillary Clinton is out there just all of a sudden she's quiet? She's not out there wearing her latest, Austin Powers, supervillain outfit and running around talking about how wonderful it is to bomb helpless little countries. Where's she at? They've gone quiet.
Yeah, they have. That protection level is gone. Comey's out.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Now, switching gears here, CJ, real quick. Ripple, is it something to watch, man? We report on this currency just right now as the second most capitalized cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. And now they're saying that the chief technology officer for Ripple says that Ripple will be more decentralized than Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah, that just, to watch this grow, watch it expand. I'm excited to see where it goes, V.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I think the recent ongoing price rise in Ripple on the news of bank partnerships the world over, making a bold, not grandiose statement. One of the key and longstanding critiques of Ripple, of course, is that it's centralized. Centralized versus decentralized have long been watchwords in the cryptocurrency world. We immediately assume that because something is decentralized, it is better. Yet at present, the centralized system of PayPal and Western Union is much of the time, in practice, less expensive to remit money through than Bitcoin. It's hard to accept that the banking the unbanked should come at a higher cost to said unbanked. The alternative cryptocurrencies will continue to flourish as payment rails while the situation stands. However, we cannot take statements like Thomas's lightly. And the whole thing is what he's saying is that they're going to make it, the goal of Ripple is to make it much more decentralized than Bitcoin. He said the Bitcoin community remains locked in the battle for the future of the blockchain. Both sides make weak arguments as to why they hate each other. The most sycophantic of one side credit the price explosion to the other side's hardline unwillingness to reason and fails to take into account the increasing acceptability of cryptographic money in mainstream finance. Now, so the Ripple is basically they're trying to build it out. They are trying to make it more resilient, more decentralized. This is something to watch, man. I think what's the latest price on Ripple right now? It's like 20 cents, 30 cents.
Right. Yeah. Just complete upward momentum for it. Absolutely.
I mean, God. I mean, good Lord. You wanna buy something? There you go. And again, I'm not giving out investment advice. This is not investment. This is a cryptocurrency. So, purchase at your own risk. With that being said, CJ, it seems that as crypto grows, so does something else grows. The Silk Road, bro.
The Silk Road. The Silk Road. Yeah. So Vladimir Putin spoke at the opening of the Belt and Road International Forum.
Yep.
And they're really expanding the Silk Road while, gosh, I hate to keep bashing the U.S., but we're kind of sticking to that old paradigm, V. We're sticking to that old paradigm that Saudi Arabia and Israel, and we're going to continue to be a weapons-based economy. We're going to, and we applaud ourselves for selling billions of dollars of weapons to Saudi Arabia. And meanwhile, we watch Vladimir Putin and Russian Xi Jinping, right? So they're continuously expanding the new Silk Road, and they've added some new members. So recently, Bahrain, Bolivia, Chile, Cyprus, Greece, Romania are all going to be joining the membership of the 77 countries of the Silk Road, V.
And that brings it down up to 77 countries and climbing, bro. And I think our main man, London Paul, will have some things to say about this in about an hour's time. So keep it tuned and posted right here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got a great show lined up with London Paul. He accepted emails over the weekend with Q&As. He sent us, I think there's a list already of like 27 questions that are really great questions. Awesome. And something that our listeners been asking for is just, to have a little bit of time with London Paul. And, he volunteered to do that. So we're very excited. So make sure I posted, I believe, on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure to listen in for that show. We're going to be running live at 10 a.m.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. With that being said, folks, we will be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the man of the hour, London Paul. And with that being said, we're over and out. CJ, again, check us out on roguemoney.net. Subscribe to this channel. There's hot articles out there from Ken Georgian, Bankster Slayer, James the Russian Analyst. Check them out. And, and we'll be back. And check out our sponsors, myfreedomnow.us. Take it away, CJ.